LeBron James. LeBron James. LeBron James. Two points for LeBron James. Warriors foul, number 22, Carmelo Anthony. That's his second. LeBron James will get one more shot. Anthony. LeBron James. LeBron James. LeBron James. Scored a goal for Romeo Travis. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a fine round of applause for two of the greatest high school basketball teams in the nation. Final score, Oak Hill 72, St. Vincent St. Mary's 66.
Crowd of 10,000 here tonight, but it's not just any high school game. It's phenom LeBron James against the #1 ranked team in the country, Oak Hill. LeBron Mania goes national here tonight. The history of basketball is rich with legendary performers. Those who have dominated the paint, dazzled us with their passing, displayed uncanny marksmanship, and risen above the crowd. Other than talent, the common thread among all these legends is simple. They're known by a single name. And now, as we look to the future, a young man called LeBron attempts to earn that same distinction. Can LeBron James take his first step toward legendary status? Find out next. Among those who have seen him play, even among many of those who haven't, there appears to be no debate. LeBron James is the best high school player in the country, and he was even last year when he was a junior, and he likely, they say, will go #1 in the draft should he go straight to the NBA. He's got a chance to play on national television here tonight against the #1 team in the country, Oak Hill. Phyllis is here to give us some perspective. Jay, how good is LeBron James?
Well, simply put, Dan, LeBron James is the best high school basketball player I have ever seen. And I think as a 17-year-old, he's better than Kobe Bryant was at the same age. Why? Because he is just as skilled as Kobe Bryant was, but he is more physically imposing. At 6'7", 235 pounds, he is a man right now, and he's got an extraordinary skill level. He's also a brilliant passer, a guy that can play with other people, find teammates, and create shots for others. He's got a maturity level that most kids his age just don't have, and he will be, without a doubt, the first pick in the draft.
All Oak Hill early, although missing an outside shot there is Swan, so the lead is still 7. This is the shooter, Corey Jones, and there's James with a follow.
I'll tell you, he got up and down the court then.
A half-court game
against a physically superior, bigger, older, stronger, and more mature Oak Hill team.
You know, you mentioned Tom Fran, and he did a great story about him as we're going to watch the offensive rebound here. Look at James in good position with the score, but he talks about his mom. His mom at 16 from other high schools who played for 3 years because they may come for academic reasons or competition.
Stolen by Brandon Weems.
He's the truth. But a lot of guys can dunk, you know that.
Really into it. He brought them to their feet with this explosive dunk.
In transition, finally an opportunity to show the elevation, the windmill, the creativity, the extension, the elevation.
Joyce and Weems, both point guards in there together. James still on the
Brady in high school, and Grant Hill, and Kevin Garnett, and all those guys, Vince Carter.
Put together in his 18 years. He took over for Larry Davis, who's now coaching Furman, was originally, as you watch him on the offensive play, on the interior. There he is with the backdoor cut, starting to move a little bit more without the ball. I mean, I'll tell you what, I got one eye, Bill. I don't have two eyes like you, but I'm watching about 10 minutes here, and if that kid doesn't have stardom all over him, there's only one guy that's going to stop him from being a star, and his name is LeBron James.
The basket area and force him to receive coming out. Now, number 4, Isaiah Swan has done a good job in the early.
Talked about what a 17-year-old is going through, outside influences, having his head on straight, like Steve Smith said. How do you feel about all that?
Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? How many college guys or NBA guys can make that pass in transition? In the NBA, that's a jam for a dunk. I mean, I got goosebumps watching that. That made me think of the Magic Man. Are you kidding? Take a look at that pass, Mr. Walton.
He seems to have overcome a sluggish start.
Hey, that's a great question. I'll tell you, Bill and I, Rodriguez, who took care of his mom once he got the riches and fame as a baseball player.
Here comes James leading the Irish out. They were down big early, but there's another no-look feed.
That's what we're talking about, instincts, feel for the game. I mean, that is just so special, Bill.
The sense of where you are that we learned from Bill Bradley as a St. Louis high school phenom. LeBron James is moving right now at a different speed than everyone else.
Well, he's doing what you said earlier he was not doing. He has picked up the energy level and ability.
James misses the jumper. Reynolds at the other end. And they got him clean, and St. Vincent St. Mary's got it back. Travis, James.
He got away with one there. I tell you, he was ready for a windmill. $25 million. Bill, do you go to the NBA or do you go to UCLA?
I know what I would do.
James, what a find inside.
Nice pass. What do you do?
I would go to UCLA.
It's easy.
Kill. Second half coming up soon, but first we're going to send you back to the studio. Trey Wingo with the halftime report coming up next on ESPN2.
Halftime of the Progressive High School Classic, St. Vincent St. Mary's Fighting Irish leading the Oak Hill Academy Warriors 30-25. We are at the break, and welcome in everybody. Trey Wingo here in the ESPN2 basketball studios. More importantly than that score, though, LeBron James, a fairly impressive first half, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. He's got the complete game. LeBron James is not even the leading scorer for the Fighting Irish of St. Vincent St. Mary's, and even with that, this quote from one Western Conference scouting director, quote, LeBron would have been the #1 pick in last year's draft. That should give you an indication of what kind of talent he is. Clearly, LeBron James has been waiting to explode on the NBA scene for over 16 months now, but exactly who is he? And what can we tell you about LeBron James? Tom Friend with that story.
It's just a dunk on amateur video. Him blowing a rim to smithereens. But it only lengthens the legend of LeBron James.
I'll be amazed by some of the things that I do on the court sometimes.
Goes LeBron all the way!
To be able to make some kind of shots that, you know, a lot of people can't make, and to make passes a lot of people can't make, but I'll let my coaches and my friends come up to me and say, LeBron, what's going on with all this? Why are we getting so much exposure?
Everyone wants to get their hands on him. Nike, Adidas, the Cleveland Cavaliers, his high school teachers. But some things about James need clearing up. First being talk that his head is bloated.
Before I was in the stable house that I'm in now, I had moved at least 7 times in a year. And when I was living where you was talking about, Elizabeth Park, down in the projects, in those hard times you see everything from crackheads you know, to drug dealers, to gunshots every night, to police sirens, and I think it just made me stronger.
Another claim is that he's another of the Michael Jordan youth. That he's in love with just the dunk and the jump shot.
He wants to make the great pass as much as he wants to dunk the ball.
I like to share the wealth, you know. I just don't like getting all this for myself. It's all about the team.
He's the first one to tell you he's never won a game by himself.
I know every night I can go out there and score 50. I can easily be a ball hog, shoot all I want, because, you know, I got the willpower to not do that because I want to see my team be excited too. And last year in the playoffs at halftime, I had 5 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. And a guy had asked me, you know, it was a pretty bad halftime, isn't it? I said, how? You know, I'm sharing the ball, I'm getting rebounds, I'm to the point guard, and at halftime we was winning by 35. You know, it's not bad at all. I'm loving it.
Not that he doesn't have a lot of Jordan in him. In practice, he's so competitive that everyone, including his coach, is fair game.
How was that not a part of the play? No. Sheehan was right here. The ball was right here. We're going to spread the play. Go.
Even if you don't, you'll set it up, Coach.
But when these practices are over, it's him, not his coach or his teammates, who's on the cover of magazines. It's him at 17 who has to deal with his wristbands being sold on eBay and his high school games being televised nationally, with Dick Vitale announcing.
My concern now is that we have put him on such a high pedestal that he can't live up to it. Even if he's successful, there's going to be those who say, well, he didn't do this. Well, he didn't do that. You know, and I feel for him for that because, you know, that's not fair. He's only 17.
Everyone, when they was younger, wanted to fly like Jordan, wanted to dish no-look passes like Magic, wanted to jump out of the gym like Julius, and wanted to shoot like Bird. You know, it's great to be compared to some of the greats.
To LeBron for a jam!
Second half coming up with Dan Shulman, Bill Walton, Dick Vitale, LeBron James getting everybody involved. St. Vincent St. Mary's leads by 5.
8 rebounds. Ivan Harris had 11 and 7 to lead Oak Hill. James with a rebound and a putback.
They can't handle him on the offensive boards. He's so
240 pounds. I mean, who knows what he projects out to in the NBA? Is he a 1, a 2, a 3, or is he just a whatever he wants to be?
He's just a player, man. He can play anywhere on the floor. I was talking at halftime with Jim O'Brien. He said, let me tell you, Dick, he said, this kid is for real. He said, I've seen him perform, and we've seen that out here. That was a great pass before by Marcus Williams going out to UConn. Look at this right here, beating him one-on-one.
The strength of the lower legs, the explosiveness. Rarely do you find the complete physical package in someone who's not 18.
And that's what he possesses, that rare talent.
And when you lift their spirits, when you lift their confidence level, and you just dominate at the basket area.
And you know what he did? That shows you good basketball IQ.
Movement without the basketball, something he wasn't doing early in the game. He's really come alive.
Well, there are a lot of NBA guys, Bill.
Tied at 37 midway through the third quarter here in Cleveland. Dan Shulman, Dick Vitale, Bill Walton, Jay Billis with you. Well, over the years, once a year, ESPN has its next issue. A look at the guy who's really going to change the face of the sport he or she plays in the coming year. And this year, it is none other than LeBron James, who's on the cover of ESPN, the magazine. Next on your newsstands now and on ESPN2. Next is next after our game tonight as they look at LeBron James and many of the other great young stars in many different sports who could really shape their sport over the years to come.
Well, you know, people talk about hype. It's been a runaway freight train for 2 years now. I mean, general managers were watching him play as a sophomore in high school. Led his high school to the state championship as a freshman, sophomore. Got beat as a junior.
That's beautiful.
He's going in deep, and they can't handle him in deep, Bill. Once he gets the ball in that deep, he's automatic as his mom is cheering. Gloria.
This is what great players do. They take what they want.
They go to their strengths.
At the beginning of the game, he was sitting and letting the game come to him.
Exactly.
Now he's just taking over.
Well, you go to your strength.
When I used to play with Larry Bird, Larry would just get exactly what he wanted, position-wise, shot-wise, because his discipline, because his his thought process. And when we saw that procession of magazine covers, we saw Yao Ming flash up there. We're starting to see that right now.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I give you credit on that. I heard you in a game when everybody was on the kid early, saying he wasn't ready. And I remember you telling Brad Nessler, I'm telling you, be patient. This guy's going to be special.
Led by LeBron James, who's taking charge on the bench as well. James now has 23 points, 11 already in just over 4 minutes in this quarter. And as Dick was saying, James, who has struggled with his outside shot, now starting to go inside. And he's just too big and too strong, Bill, for the rest of these kids.
He's come alive here, and he's found a way to get into the open court transition here. His teammates have picked up a little bit too. That's given him some opportunities. But you're seeing a man who's got finishing capabilities as you rarely see this polished a level at just such a young man. And we're talking about umbilical incredible here.
Wow, don't use words like that. Now, you went to UCLA. I can't handle more than one syllable. Now, come on.
Now, let's assume he's going to the NBA, because that's the assumption that I think everybody...
I don't even say that. I got a better chance of growing here.
Okay.
I got a better...
All right, so he's going to the NBA.
Is he eligible to go to college?
Well,
yeah, he does have the grades. He does. Yes. I did research on that, and he's now in his choice as a safety, and it's only a safety. He's not even making visits right now. The coach told me Ohio State, Florida, Duke, North Carolina, and Louisville in the 5.
But the family is reported. There's a guy who would love to have Jim O'Brien. But,
wow.
But the family reportedly is talking to agents and not schools at this point.
Yes, sir, that name familiar. Strawberry going out to Maryland, the son of Darryl Strawberry. There's a guy that made some bad mistakes in life, didn't listen to the right people.
Look at the snatch. Look at the pass.
Great hands.
This
Great
guy's
hands.
fun to watch.
Right here. You'd like to go in that post and play with him.
Look at the way LeBron James floats over the court. Look at the way he keeps his arms up. He snatches that.
That's big time.
His eyes never drop to the floor. Look at his
vision. Great vision all the time. Great vision.
The ball's an extension of his mind.
He knew he had that one too.
Then it's chest pumping time. I said, please surround yourself with people that care.
26 points now for LeBron James as he finally gets a 3-ball to go down.
The only thing that you can't really predict
what happens when you get the money
is whether he'll stay healthy and whether he'll continue the work ethic that he's shown to this point.
College, you cannot be drafted until after your 3rd year.
But then would that make a lot of kids not come to college in the first place if you put that restriction in?
College is not for everybody.
Exactly. That's another true statement. The video and showed it to people, and they went out and started telling everybody about him.
Led by LeBron James with 29 points, 16 of them here in the second half. It's a 13-point lead for St. Vincent, St. Mary. Be aware about your equipment when LeBron James is around. This is a scrimmage last month. A non-collapsible rim collapsed when James went up and got it. How about another alum from this school we didn't mention? Jerome Lane, a rim breaker.
Of him make that choice for him.
And all those leeches, leave the kid alone. All those that want to sell T-shirts and bobblehead dolls and make money off them. Let him try to enjoy his senior year as much. He's got enough heat and pressure.
31 points, standing by with Jay Billis. Jay?
LeBron, with all the hype going into this game, playing against the #1 team on national television, did you feel a lot of pressure coming into this?
Well, it's a different game, a different atmosphere today. And today, we're playing the #1 team in the country. And I don't think it was no pressure for our team. I think it was more pressure for the fans, to come in here. We lost the last 2 years, and we just wanted to come here and get a victory.
The cover of USA Today, the cover of ESPN magazine last year on Sports Illustrated's cover. What do you think? Is this too much, or is it too much pressure for you?
Well, I think it's no pressure for me. I think if I come out and play my game and get my team involved in the game, it's a lot of notoriety for me and my teammates, but I just go out, play my game every night and give it our all. And if we give it 110% like we did tonight, it's no pressure for us.
Your performance, you came out, it looked like you started slowly, relied a little bit too much on the jump shot. How did you calm yourself down?
Well, at halftime, our team was telling me I need to go inside a little bit more because the player that was guarding me had 3 fouls at halftime. So I said, anything it takes to win for our teammates. They told me to get inside, and I did that for our team, and we came out with a victory.
What's next for you? What do you have to improve upon when you want to take your game to the next level?
Well, it's all about just getting better every day. Of course, defensive-wise and getting your jump shot better to perfection. But it's just getting better every day for our team and for myself.
All right, LeBron James with Jay Billis. Well, we saw on the court. How about the interview skills? He seems to have his head screwed on pretty straight, huh?
He's got charisma that goes with it, and that leads to marketability. And if he smiles and he takes that game like Magic and Jordan, the cash register is going to go ding-a-ling-ding, because he will have unbelievable in terms of requests with all the endorsements, etc. What a future he has.
But the way he played for fun tonight, the joy, the hope, the optimism that you saw, what poise, what composure, what confidence, what competitive greatness. This guy's got it.
What a night it was for LeBron James. We hope you enjoyed it. 31 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, and a win, 20-point win.
Wow.
Over the #1 ranked team of the country, the Oak Hill Academy Warriors, 65-45 for St. Vincent, St. Mary. ESPN The Magazine's Next is coming up.
On Next, combine air and magic in a well-grounded 17-year-old, and what do you get? The LeBron James phenomenon. When we continue.
You know, when I'm out on the court, it feels to me like no one is paying attention to what I'm doing. No one is paying attention to what my team is doing. We're just out there just playing like we've been playing. Like we was on the outdoor court, 2 o'clock in the morning, no one was there but us. And when we out there, we just all about focus. And that's how you gotta look at it.
It may fade into the background when he plays, but the world is watching LeBron James. He's protected by an alliance formed by his mother Gloria and other people he came to know and trust during his disjointed and often dangerous childhood. Ironically, the cast of his real-life melodrama became LeBron's front line later in life.
We build what we call our inner circle. And in the inner circle are people that help nurture LeBron coming up. Will there be someone that can penetrate the system? I hope not. But we'll do everything in our power to make it work and try to keep it very, very close.
I think what keeps him focused is that group, that core group of people that he's always been around, that he's comfortable with, that he knows isn't going to try to get him or out to get him or want something. You know, it's the same people who was with him when he didn't have anything. Those same people are with him now that he's become such a phenomenal basketball player.
LeBron James is at the center of a swirling national phenomenon. Names like Jordan and Magic are mentioned in conversations about his basketball ability. His home games were moved to the University of Akron to accommodate the fans. His team is touring the country this season, one of the hottest tickets in town. And according to those who know the game, his game deserves all the hype.
He's blessed with some very unique athletic ability. Not only is he 6'7" or 8", but he's very, very skilled. He's pretty much even-handed. He goes to the left as well as he goes to the right. And then the understanding of basketball. He wants to make the great pass as much as he wants to dunk the ball.
And last year, in the playoffs, at halftime, I had 5 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. And a guy had asked me, you know, it was a pretty bad halftime, isn't it? I said, how? You know, I'm sharing the ball, I'm getting rebounds, I'm to the point guard, and at halftime, we was winning by 35.
He's been a phenomenal player for so long. It's just his canvas. You know, he's an artist, and that's his canvas. I mean, that's his work. That's his, you know, he's making masterpieces every time he steps on the floor. It's just something in him that makes him stand out far and above over everyone else, and it's that superstar quality.
My concern now is that we have put him on such a high pedestal that he can't live up to it. He never said that he's the next Michael Jordan. He never called himself the chosen one. On the court, I have no concerns at all about whether he'll be able to handle it. The off-the-court things are what concern me the most. I'm concerned about, you know, the NBA lifestyle. Will it chew him up?
right now, he still lives with his mom in subsidized housing in West Africa. $1 million contracts, endorsement deals, plus the pressure to blend in with his new peers, to meet everyone's expectations, including his own. That's what's next for LeBron James.
I think I'm setting the bar for myself, you know, and I'm just gonna keep working hard and keep doing what I keep on doing, what I've been doing for the last 4 years to get myself better. I'm LeBron James, and that's not gonna change.
140 pounds, and his name is LeBron James. He hails from Akron, Ohio, and has been touted as the best high school basketball player to ever step on the court. Projected as the NBA's #1 draft pick, James plays full speed, sees the entire court, and lives high above the rim. So far, LeBron has led St. Vincent St. Mary to a perfect record in this his senior season. But that said, it's been a tumultuous year for the hoop phenom. All the while, he has piqued the interest of an entire nation. When the gavel came down, the Ohio courts ruled a 2-game suspension, but he was permitted to see action tonight. Up next, LeBron and the Fighting Irish face their toughest challenge yet against 7th-ranked Westchester of Los Angeles. King James holds court next. All eyes transfixed on Sovereign Bank Arena here in Trenton, New Jersey, the 2003 primetime shootout. And the main event just about set. LeBron James and St. Vincent St. Mary's High School has taken the court as they get set to take on Westchester High School out of Los Angeles, California. 2 of the nation's premier high school programs going head-to-head in this arena right now.
Be back, and then the whole arena stands up to watch him warm up. Again, overall, I'm looking forward to seeing the athleticism and his ability to capsulize everything that everyone has talked about.
And the thing is, it's got the feeling of a prize fight. He transcends basketball, not just because of these numbers. And look, he's gotten better every single year. He was the best player in the country last year, and he still has stepped his game up. But he has transcended sports. He's become a cultural icon as well.
And so it is St. Vincent St. Mary, and of course we talked about so much focus on LeBron James, but it's a tough task for his ball club because Westchester is a great team, and right now we listen in.
As all of a sudden go into a cocoon because of all the attention. Not so with him. He thrives on it and seems to elevate his game when all of a sudden everything else is surrounding him.
And you heard in the piece, they talked about, I'll show you when I feel like showing you. I can turn it on and off when I want, but you know, he doesn't disappoint.
Guys, obviously LeBron ultra talented as a player, but one of the more impressive things, his teammates and his coaches love playing with LeBron James. Let's listen in.
The great thing about this group is that they've grown up together. They've been playing basketball together for a long time. LeBron has been the star of that group for a long time, but they recognize that he's just their friend, and that's how they approach it.
The great part about playing with him is it's just exciting. I mean, he's going to get everybody involved. I mean, he's not a selfish player, and he wants to win. And when a leader like that wants to win, it rubs off on everybody else.
As an adult, sometimes you think there's more important things going on in the world than a high school basketball player. And, you know, granted, he is one of the best high school basketball players I've ever seen. There's no question about it. And I've seen a lot, even just right here in Ohio. But it just seems like, wow, that many people want to talk to LeBron James, and he's just a high school basketball player.
It's crazy because I was over his house last night. Before I went home, I see somebody sent him a little action figure of himself dunking the ball. It was like, he got action figures. This guy's still in high school. It's nuts. So yeah, it's a whole nother level.
Take a look at the rankings of teams in the primetime shootout according to USA Today, and talk about St. Vincent St. Mary at the top of the group. And that one loss, of course, coming in the game that LeBron James was suspended.
Actually, a game they had to forfeit against Buktel from out in Akron, Ohio. They were able to win the game against McKinley out of Canton, Ohio without LeBron James, a 63-62 win that kept them in that #1 spot.
And guys, you listen to that last piece. Drew Joyce, the head coach of this Fighting Irish team, he's had a tough task trying to shield his young players from all the hype and all the attention. Joyce has closed his practices and he's banned his players from talking to the press and really trying to shield these young guys. Keep in mind, these guys are 17, 18 years old.
And on the other hand, you look at it too. I talked to him this morning at breakfast, and he said, hey, I didn't ask for this, but my advice to him was, hey, you have been put in this position because you can handle it. Make the best of it.
And certainly there's no textbook to how you're going to handle your team. You can't get a coaching. There he comes out. Listen to this roar.
About 500 fans have made the 7-hour bus ride from Akron, Ohio.
They've even
440-mile trek.
They've even got the handshake down.
Oh, yeah. Because of the denial defense of Westchester.
Here's Travis back to the basket. Back out for Joyce around the horn. Now they give it to LeBron James. Turns and faces just inside the arc. And the first bucket on the night for LeBron James.
And as he now...
And we get a whistle. It will be St. Vincent basketball.
Sizing up. Knocks down the 18-footer. See, he wants the ball, and they're conceding to him right now because he wants to put on a show. His competitive nature. He's talking to the guy who's guarding him.
Foul a minute ago called on Trevor Ariza. His first personal. Round, lazy pass, trying to find Cutley. It's taken by James. Attacks. Wow. And a gorgeous dribble drive and finish with the right-handed finger
to the basket. I mean, look at his head once he gets the ball. I mean, he is going up.
And good patience out on the break, too. He didn't rush it. He allows the defender to run by, and then a little winded right now.
Yeah, the excitement, they kind of got themselves caught up in it.
You got the adrenaline going, and all of a sudden now you start settling in, having to play basketball.
And LeBron James left open.
He's looking for a challenge.
Did you see him go
for some razzle-dazzle? LeBron James with 10 very quick points.
And he gets his feet underneath him. Nice-looking stroke right there. You see him come right at him.
They're carbon copy. I mean, he may not have as many skills, but the same type body. Yep. They look just alike.
Just not as thick and strong as James.
And speaking of being strong, James is
That's the difference right now.
Dangerous pass. Ariza trying to save it. Fight for it, and it's taken by Travis. James one-on-one into the lane, and a right-handed finger roll finish.
Wow. And he finishes.
6.2 seconds left in this first quarter. Westchester now applying some light full court pressure defense. James in the backcourt, down to 2 seconds. James has to fire it up, and he banks it home.
How do you allow him to get the ball?
Well, as soon as he caught it, though, did you see him look up, find the clock? He knew exactly how much time was left. And when that ball left his hands, it's right on our angle. It was going the whole way.
They came to watch LeBron James, and 8 minutes complete. The super senior has not disappointed. He caps off the first quarter with a buzzer-beating three-pointer. It's a 5-point game. Fighting Irish very patiently in their half-court set. Now James back to the basket. Into the lane. Right-handed finish. Against the Comets.
The thing that amazes you, he never disappoints, huh? All this stuff.
He off the bench coming up with the steal. Now LeBron James works one-on-one against Ariza. The pull-up jumper outside. It's a 2-point field goal.
Boy, he's been impressive from the perimeter.
23 for LeBron James. Here's a Westchester turnover. Chance for the Fighting Irish to build on a 9-point cushion. Johnson down low. Well, that's what called against Westchester. Ariza trying to answer. But he gets a little bit overly aggressive, and it will be Fighting Irish basketball. Timeout on the floor. 25 points for LeBron James. His last bucket on that putback. A very proud Gloria James among the 10,000 or so spectators in attendance, making the long trek down from Akron, Ohio.
In the white shirt.
And his son, LeBron James, not your average 18-year-old, showing his talents on the national stage here tonight.
And then you see him here, jump shot after jump shot. What I like, when he takes the jump shot, he stays in the flow with the shot. And then here, at the extension.
He glides by people out in the open floor. Hey, if you need a three-pointer at the buzzer from 40 feet, I can do that too.
Underneath. He has it all. I mean, he really has it all.
Not much that he can't do on the basketball court.
And this Westchester team trying to hang around. This is a very critical final minute 30.
From the outside, you need to surround yourself with some people to keep people away. We talked about his teammates sometimes creating a cocoon and keeping him inside.
LeBron James left open.
30 points with still a minute left to play in the first half. I mean, come on.
Well, the sad part for Westchester is that he sat out. So he's now he's angry. He's coming back with a vengeance, and he's trying to prove something to everybody, including everyone in the building.
Here's James, a couple three-pointer. It's good.
That's not fair. He's a little riled up and
maybe in over its head right now.
Watch this. Left hand, step back, fall away. See, he finishes. But what I like is the emotion. You know, he doesn't allow the LeBron James factor had not set in yet.
Until he started hitting threes, and then all of a sudden, boy, did it settle in transition, sliding by guys, the ability to skate out in transition.
Clock running down. Who else gets it? I mean, you deny him the ball here. You don't allow him to come up. This is a momentum swing right here.
It's like I can do whatever I want to out here on the basketball court. Take you outside, take you inside, spin you back down, and after every basket, just turn it around saying, hey, you know what? You can't guard me. And with that kind of athletic ability, you're right. Stepping over guys, dunking on them, and doing everything off the dribble. He came out to make a statement, and boy, did he do it here in the first half.
Look at the reaction.
They've come out in droves to watch LeBron James. He's already eclipsed his season average. Second half is next. Pretty little baseline jumper falls through by Bobby Brown.
And Westchester needs the same start to the second half as they had to start the game.
Oh! More showtime, LeBron. And it will be Westchester basketball after the turnover.
Better find that guy, because you can throw it as high as you want. Talk about alley-oops. He'll go wherever you're going to put it.
See, Jones is coming up, but normally, you see, when you're used to coming and stopping the ball. But you got to realize he's
dribbles baseline into some trouble. And the Fighting Irish give it right back. Ariza loses the handle. James. Almost. His head was about a foot over the rim.
Here we go. Look at the crowd. Did you see the entire building stand up at one time?
Give me a timeout. Give me a timeout.
Young guy's got some hops as he gets up. Back-to-back jams by LeBron James. And this place is speechless right now.
Check out his mom. Back-to-back. Here it is again. Look at how high he gets off. The floor. Flight 2-3.
37 for LeBron James. Guys, we're going to just let the pictures do the talking here.
So now, is he in the NBA dunk contest tonight, right? Tonight's the NBA dunk contest? Well, this guy should be in it, because you know what? He'd be walking away with hardware.
I have to. Hey, Dick Vitale was right.
Oh yeah,
by far. I mean, I'm sitting court row. By far, the best high school player.
3-point offering is short by Gerard Moret. Here's James going to the left hand for some offense. The tip in by Scott Cutler. The no-look offering by LeBron James, and there you see the unselfishness.
LeBron might need a blow.
A little tired right now. You're going to see him coming into your screen, slowly getting up the court.
Spent the last 10 minutes in the air.
LeBron falling away.
Maybe he's not that tired. Oh, my.
A tremendous display of high school basketball.
And the extension, the left hand, and then running the floor. How about the pass, the look away?
St. Vincent St. Mary with a 25-point lead. More from Trenton in a moment.
Creates such a hoopla when he has the ball.
No, they're a terrific team.
Here's James back into the game. Nearly lost it, stays with it. And he puts it down with the left hand. Again,
he's got one of those games that you just shake your head.
Oh, yeah. James now with 44. He could build on that total. One-on-one. Jump stop.
Wow. Wow.
He's making it up as he goes along. Watch the jump stop right here. He knows that the defender's going to try to run through him, so he switches the ball over into the right side and the finger roll. You know what? You can't handle me, and I'm going to let you know about it.
Right.
Here's James down low, lays it up and in very gently with both hands. 49 points for
going small.
Try something, huh? He's got 50. Small, big, I don't think it matters.
James guarded by McClinton, falling away baseline, and why not? And he has now surpassed his career high, 52 points for LeBron James. Small as Westchester turns it over.
Here is one that did go in. Gets him his career high, now at 52. The fadeaway. And here he is coming out of the game, and listen to the crowd. They appreciate what he's done here this evening.
And he's got his arms up because more than anything, again, we talked about his youth, but he wants to play. You know, he's not concerned about the Hummer and the T-shirts, and here's his mom coming down. He'd probably give him a hug. They went through a lot this past week.
And his mother, Gloria, trying to make her way down to the bench to congratulate her son. Still 2 minutes and change left to play. And it falls through, but too little, too late for the 7th-ranked team in the country, Westchester High School. Final score from Sovereign Bank Arena. St. Vincent St. Mary, 78, and Westchester, 52.
For Akron, St. Vincent St. Mary's, and Kettering Alder in the Division II championship game. The history of LeBron James and this senior-laden team has been unquestionably one of the best stories in Ohio high school basketball history. And LeBron James has been here. He's done just about everything they ask him to do, and he has had tremendous success in the state tournament, except for last year, Ronnie. And the thing about it is the Roger Bacon game has certainly eaten at this club. And so we asked LeBron about the loss to Roger Bacon, and what does that do to motivate you this season?
I think that made us a better team. Personally, you know, we didn't want to feel like that. And last year was it was an accomplishment that we didn't want to have. You know, it was a bad accomplishment. You got good accomplishments, you got bad ones. And this year we had dedicated, you know, to our Lord Jesus Christ, and I think that's what made it a lot better for us to focus this year.
So here we go, the championship game in Division II. Joyce controls, and the basketball game is underway. 8 minutes on the clock, and the first possession goes to St. Vincent St. Mary's. Jones and Joyce will run outside in the matchup zone, which is a staple. Inside they go, and the slam dunk right away.
And he just used his body against Adam Gill. He had no... Against Kettering Alter. Tough names. Mr. Basketball Ohio, hard to the hole. But his Fighting Irish trailed by 5 at the half. Third quarter. Irish going to take the lead on this James move. Doug Peno led the Knights. That's the other team with 12 points. Eric Lauman had 11, proving we can name more than one prep player on the show. LeBron drops 25, grabs 10 boards. His team wins its 3rd state title. Now it's on to the next adventure.
Welcome everybody to Cleveland. This is the 2003 Powerade Jam Fest. We're at Woodley Gym on the campus of Cleveland State University. We're going to see some outstanding performances by this year's McDonald's All-American. And now let's join a third member of our broadcast team tonight, Rob Stone. Rob, what do you have?
All right, we're with LeBron James. And LeBron, do you have a kind of a pre-programmed dunk menu for us? You're going to kind of go with the moment?
No, it's funny you ask because everybody been asking me, and I'm just going to go off the top of the head. Whatever comes to me, before I'm about to do my performance, that's what I'm going to use. But I don't have nothing scripted out. I'm just going to go off the top of the head, freestyle.
I saw you talking with Darius Miles just a few minutes ago. Did the NBA have a couple pointers for you, perhaps?
No, me and D Miles is real cool, so we were just talking. He said that every dunk I was going to do, even if I did between the legs behind my back, he's going to give me a 2. So that was kind of funny, But, it's just all fun. We just have fun here at the McDonald's game and trying to enjoy this.
All right, I'm offering my services as a prop if you need me later in the evening. All right, good luck. Dave, I'll send it back to you.
The man is ready. This is why we're here. LeBron James ready to get going.
Yeah, I'm afraid he may jump out of his britches.
Yeah, that's right. He's got the shorts riding kind of low, so it's not going to take a long run up. Oh my goodness! That was the first one.
Wow!
Are you? Oh man!
I was going to say Vince Carter like elevation. That's higher than Vince Carter.
He's not even, like in boxing, George Foreman's always saying you got to come out wet. He's not even sweating, and look how high he got up.
Vince Carter stuck his whole arm into the rim. LeBron can get his chin on the rim.
I mean, that was amazing. He got 88 points. What are people thinking? I guess I get jaded after watching this guy. Here we go. Ooh, he missed that one. Not an attempt. 6'8", 240. Man-child.
Just absolutely a ridiculous athlete. Settle down, Dave. Settle down, partner. You know what, though? So smart, because how much does he have to do to advance? He's working the crowd to the fever pitch. Beautiful delivery of the ball. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I like it.
I tell you, I've seen a lot of these, Tim. We've done these a bunch of years, but I mean, so fluid, smooth, powerful, graceful. I mean, just amazing. What, he's gonna sit on that, huh? Well, we're all set for our final round. Charlie Villanueva can tell his folks that he competed on the same floor with LeBron James in his dunk, but the top 4, Giddens, James, Wafer, and Brown, will go to the final round here in Cleveland. Welcome back, everybody. We're in Cleveland for the Powerade Jam Fest on the campus of Cleveland State. We're in the midst of the dunk competition. Von Wafer with 246 is your leader. Shannon Brown is second, and LeBron James is next, and Rob Stone's got him.
LeBron, you told us before the competition you didn't have anything planned. You're just kind of wing it. You've had a lot of time to think about it. You got some premeditated options right now?
Well, I'm a dunker that really doesn't think about what I'm going to do. I just go out there, and whatever happens when I'm in the air, what happens, and I hope I get a good ovation from the crowd.
Very poised, LeBron James.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him winning the contest. I'm afraid the guy's going to bang his head on the rim.
Honest to goodness. He's a poised young man. 6'8", 240. Just trying to get it. I think he wants a different song queued up. Tell you what, he even has, I mean, at 18, 19 years old, he's got a deep voice, Tim. You better watch out, pal.
And he's changing things. He's the DJ dunker.
He is the favorite son in this part of the country. Look out.
Hey, the amazing thing about LeBron, he's experienced, and his first dunk was when he was in 8th grade in one of those teachers versus the students game. Imagine that, Dave. A 14-year-old dunking on his math teacher.
Boy, probably carried the sentiments of a lot of his classmates.
Dave, I have never seen anybody jump as high as LeBron James.
It's scary, and that takes in a lot of folks over the last 25, 30 years.
Yeah, how about David Thompson, Dr. J, Michael Jordan? This guy is in elite company.
Golly, where his chin almost hit the rim.
Incredible.
He's only getting 9s. But he's doing what you said. Get the points, and now he probably goes for the showstopper right here.
I expect something very sick right now.
Yeah.
Look at his head. Look at that.
Oh, man.
We might even see it take the quarter off the top of the backboard.
Comes the third attempt. Well, he got that up high. They go in?
That's a horse shot. Yeah, do that again.
And throw it. He gave him too much lead time.
This guy's loaded, isn't he? He can bounce it off the floor. He can dunk it. I don't like these dunks as much because I think it's really hard to complete
I
it.
agree. Well, if you do nail it, God bless you. Look out. Man. Man, he had to wait for it. What's up with that? He didn't put up huge numbers.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't think he had 1-8 in that series of dunks. Look at this. Look at it. You see, he double clutched. When's the last time you saw that? A double clutch.
Never seen
He
it.
double clutched.
You know, he went up. He was up around 11 feet. 11 feet. Watch, he hits the second gear right there.
That's remarkable. Well, there's your leader, 250 points. LeBron James is your winner of the slam dunk competition here in Cleveland. Well, it comes as no surprise, LeBron James is the king of the slam dunk competition here in Cleveland for 2003, and he did it in convincing fashion. There's a sampling of some of the winning dunks by LeBron James and Rob Stone. Standing by with LeBron right now.
We're joined now Mike Slocum, the director of McDonald's for Coca-Cola, for the presentation of the Slam Dunk Champion.
Congratulations, LeBron, in front of the home crown town. You bet.
Well, LeBron, it's so difficult to live up to the expectations, right? I mean, the crowd expects you to fly over the backboard and throw something between your legs. A difficult competition for you?
Well, you know, anytime you can get some athletic players across the country to be in the same competition and same event as you, you know, it makes it more competitive. And I liked it tonight, and I'm glad I came away with the trophy.
Good. Congratulations. Good luck next season, wherever that may be.
All right, thank you.
Well, it's been a blast being here in Cleveland for the Powerade Jam Fest as we look at some of the future stars of college basketball and the NBA. For Rob Stone and Tim McCormick, I'm Dave Sims. Thanks for joining us. LeBron James certainly put his mark on this event tonight.